Welcome back to Studio 10.
Local authors have captured the moments as Pearl Harbor survivors recently returned to Pearl Harbor. They recorded the photographs and memories in a special book. You have a chance to take this book home and meet the authors at a special signing this weekend. This morning we have Billy and Robert Nicholson. Guys, the first thing I asked you during the commercial break when we sat down is, how did this book come to be? I wanted to know the origin of this process.
A veteran named George Mills had the idea that he wanted to return to Pearl Harbor. And a friend of his, Holly Shelton, said, I can help you do that. And she talked to everybody she knew who had some idea about what was going on and organized a meeting with the Pearl Harbor survivors. And the night before that event, she was performing at Five Sisters.
Okay.
And a friend of ours was there, and she talked to him. He called us the next morning and said, you need to go to this meeting because she needs y'all.
And by that, what is it that you do?
We do photography and we do documentary work that would include web design and public relations, press releases, you know, all that stuff to draw attention to people's ideas.
And this time you put the book together, Pearl Harbor Honor Flight, One Last Goodbye. So you took the honor flight with these veterans back to Pearl Harbor. What was that experience like?
Well, that experience was quite moving. We went to the different places where each of the survivors were at the time that they realized that they were under attack. One of our survivors, Sergeant Major Bill Braddock, Marine Corps, retired. He was riding in the van, and all of a sudden he realized when he saw the flagpole, he saw the spot where he was around during the attack, or at the beginning of the attack, and he jumped out. And here we were witnessing a 90-plus-year-old man turn instantly back into a teenager, jumped out, ran up to the building, looked in, said, that's where my barracks was. That's my hall right there. And you could just see the transformation. I never saw anything like it in my life.
That's incredible. It must have been an amazingly emotional experience to relive some of these memories for them as well. And one way to capture that is how you did so through photographs and through sharing their stories. And that's kind of what this book is all about.
Yes.
All right, so this book is available, and we're going to have a special book signing coming up where you can meet the two of them and also talk to them, get your copies of the book, get it signed. When is this all taking place?
This is Saturday, 11 to 1 at Hawsey's Books. I guess it's Hawsey's Book Index.
Okay.
And they are at 803 North Navy Boulevard in Pensacola.
All right, and if you don't have time to write all that down, we're going to have all this content information on our website as well, the Studio 10 tab on fox10tv.com. One last thing I wanted to ask you all before we go is I mentioned that it clearly and obviously was emotional for the soldiers, but what was it like for you to be able to witness them reliving these memories?
It was awesome. I mean, we were blown away. Of course, I'd never been to Pearl Harbor before, and it was quite an experience because to see these men, they were always there 15 minutes in advance of every assignment, just like they were supposed to be in the military. And they actually outran us, outpaced us. We were exhausted by the time the 6 days was up.
Well, it sounds like an amazing trip. It looks like it's going to be an amazing book. Get your copy this weekend. Meet the authors. Get it signed. Come on out to the book signing. Again, all that information will be online. Thank you so much both for coming in today.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
We appreciate it. Cherish.